Today on the Philly Talk podcast, I want to discuss the one move I still think that Howie Roseman has up his sleeve, and it will be done before the start of the Philadelphia Eagles 2023 season. I also want to go over some Eagle news and rumors in the dead months of June.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got a couple different things we got to talk about as it pertains to our Philadelphia Eagles. But before we do that, help your boy out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell so you know when we go live, drop videos, or put out YouTube shorts. I dropped this one around lunchtime, and it's about Jalen Hurts and the MVP odds. Why would he not be a top candidate after finishing second in 2022, running it back with a more talented offense, right? And we are going to play a different style of football that is going to make Jalen Hurts' numbers look much better. I give 3 reasons why on this video. Go check it out. The real Eagle fans who watch the games will understand. And same with some of the NFL people, right? You don't have to be an Eagle fan to understand what Jalen Hurts did in 2022 if you watch the game. Cough, cough, Micah Parsons. But before we get into the one move, I think Howie Roseman got up his sleeve, because remember, Bradbury came in August. C.J. Gardner-Johnson came in August. The Eagles are not done. They got north of 10. They got $10+ million. I don't know the exact number. I would guess like 13, but more than 10 million in cap space. And Howie Roseman will exhaust all options. But remember the dark days? Shout out to Thomas R. Peterson. A.J. Brown's first season with the Eagles, 1,642 yards and 12 touchdowns. The entire Eagles wide receiver group in 2020, not 2021, because Devontae still did some work, but in 2020, 2,082 yards and 14 touchdowns. A.J. Brown almost beat the whole Eagles wide receiver group in 2020. And the reason he put this up is because Will P said, name an NFL stat that seems fake but isn't. When you first look at this, you're like, how could this be real? It's because that's how bad we were. Drop the muscle emoji in the chat off GP and the fact that I never want to go back to the dark ages of wide receivers, right? Just never want to go back. Now, this is the move, and we've talked about it on this channel, and on multiple Eagles channels we heard this, but SB Nation wrote about it again, and it just reminded me that he is on the market. Eagles News, Patrick Queen among remaining potential roster additions, written by Brandon Lee Gouton. And again, let's hear what he had to say. Eagles Summer Shopping Guide, free agents and trade targets to plug roster holes, blah, blah, blah. Possible trade target, Patrick Queen is the popular solution here after Baltimore Ravens signed Roquan Smith to a long-term extension and used a 3rd-round pick on Clemson's Trent Simpson. That was a guy that a couple of y'all said in the comment section that the Eagles should look at in the 2023 draft. We didn't, right? And you know who our linebackers are, right? Queen is entering his final year on his rookie deal after the Ravens declined his 5th-year option this offseason. He has been somewhat underwhelming relative to his draft pedigree, number 28 overall in 2020 through 3 seasons, but he has never missed a game and only turns 24 in August. Again, if you just look off his stats, he had 79 tackles. Who knows where them tackles were, right? Were they 10 yards down the field, blah, blah, blah. Tackles don't always matter, but 79 tackles. He did have 5 sacks. So if this defense looks to be exotic with our linebackers and blitz them a little bit, hey, it's not too bad. 5 sacks at the linebacker position. It was more than any of our linebackers. I think TJ had 2. Shout out to TJ. I'm not trying to poo-poo him, but 5 sacks at the linebacker position is okay. He had 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, so he's around the ball. He had 2 interceptions. Were they in zone? Were they in man? Did the ball get thrown right to him? I haven't watched all his tape to really see, but if rumors start to heat up in late July, early August, we will do a film breakdown live or on this channel about him. He also had 6 pass deflections, so I like that. Active hands in the passing game, whether it's in zone or man, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 5 sacks, and almost 80 tackles, 79 tackles, I think 38 solo. Again, I believe if we do not make a move there, right, I wholeheartedly believe in the Kobe Dean to be the lead guy in that room. I also believe in one of these 3 stepping up, whether it's Davion Taylor on the final year of his contract with his linebacking coach stepping up, whether it's Christian Ellis, the special teams ace who's trying to follow in TJ Edwards' footsteps as that underrated guy who shows he can play with the best of them. Or maybe it's Nicholas Morrow, a guy who flies to the ball, does things right, but still needs to grow. Chicago's defense wasn't good all over the place like ours is. Maybe it makes him look better. Maybe he's asked to do less, but at a more elite role. Like not an elite role, but like he's asked to do less so he does it the right way. He's not trying to save the day. He's just playing his position. I don't know what's going to happen, but keep your eye open. July and August, how we will get something done, move around, he'll exhaust all options. Now, I want to talk about this on Twitter real quick. 2 things on Twitter, right? Because the whole Micah Parsons comparing Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts, Giant fans are getting crazy. Look what they're doing. They took his 2 playoff games and added it to his regular season stuff. He didn't have 24 touchdowns total. It was 22. He didn't have 4,292 yards. It was 3,900. They took his playoff stuff and put it on there. But what they didn't do for Hurts is put his rushing touchdowns. So they took 13 touchdowns away from Hurts in the regular season. They added 2 touchdowns and 400 yards on Daniel Jones' resume. Disgusting. Like straight making up numbers. The cap is at an all-time high. Daniel Jones is not comparable to Jalen Hurts. He's not. 13 more touchdowns, 500 more yards, a better passer rating, a better QBR, 1 less game. Just watch. The stats tell you that for sure, even if you try to lie, and just watch the games. This dude turned his comments off. He turned the comments off because he was getting destroyed in there. Giant fans will believe anything. Cowboy fans were resharing this, saying, you guys got the black Daniel Jones. You just are stupid because you didn't do your own research. You just saw numbers from a fan and believed it's true? I don't know. Twitter is not a real place. Be careful on Twitter. I also want to touch on this. ML Football is quoting what Brandon Graham said on the Jacob Media podcast, right? They said, oh, wow, Eagles pass rusher Brandon Graham said the Chiefs offensive line was blessed to face the Eagles on a slippery turf in the Super Bowl. You need that traction to be able to get off the block, and we were slipping a lot, Graham said in a recent interview on Sports Take with Derek Gunn and Rob Ellis via Around the NFL. I don't make excuses. I just know that that's what was being talked about. Us trying to get out of our own head a little bit too. I'm telling you, that O-line, they got blessed. I'll say that. Again, Derek Gunn asked him, what was the conversation like on the sideline when the Chiefs were scoring all over you? Was there some heated conversation? And BG's only saying that, no, not really. The only thing we talked about on the sideline was that we were slipping. He said he didn't want to make an excuse. He gave the Chiefs credit. They didn't want to put that in there, though, because it doesn't fit their narrative. Him saying the Chiefs played great. They balled out. What he was saying is they thought they could take advantage of their offensive line. Not that they would have. They thought we were the better unit compared to their offensive line via the tape. But what made him say they were blessed is after rewatching the Super Bowl via film, he said he saw Josh Sweat 2 times so close to a big-time sack and or a strip sack that he slipped at the end, and it resulted in a big play for the Chiefs. Again, he said that all because of the question that was asked. He did say, credit the Chiefs offensive line. They played on the same field. Not making no excuses, but we thought we had the advantage. Didn't work out that way. They were the conversations we were having, but conversations got worse when they watched the film. But again, so many people are, especially the Niner fans are quote tweeting this like, I thought the Eagles players don't have excuses. They played on the same field. Again, the quote was misquoted. When the Niners were crying, it was out of their mouth. See? Play the video. Don't just quote a paragraph in the whole thing. You know, it's the dead months of the NFL, June 27th. If you are rocking with me watching these videos on June 27th, you're a real supporter of the Philly Talk podcast. You're a real supporter of the Philadelphia Eagles. Get your Philly Dog hats. Link will be in the description and pinned at the top of the comment section. And if you want to rock it all out, get the hats and the shirts. They match, same writing. We got it in midnight green, Kelly green, and we got the shirts in a bunch of different colors. Check out the logo when it pops up. But again, you got to love the Eagles to hear about news on June 27th when there's really nothing, you know. But be here and be aware, because when training camp kicks up, I'm going to be at a live training camp session or a practice session. I'm not sure which one. But we got a lot of stuff planned on this channel. So if you're new, subscribe, ding the bell so you know when we go live, drop videos or YouTube shorts, all that good stuff. Hit the like button for your boy. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Drop the muscle emoji in the comment section if you got nothing else to say. But I love the muscle emoji group. Shout out to Cody K and Mr. Eliminator. Y'all always drop it. There's a bunch of y'all that always drop it. Shout out to y'all. But I like the comments too, so I can, you know, get a feel where Eagle Nation is. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.